Hi everyone. While we are waiting, can everyone hear me? Okay,
Yeah,
cool. I sent a GitHub link to the exercise. Can everyone can everyone access that? Um,
we might get started, Rory, just given the timing and everything. Can
yep.
everyone hear me okay? Here they come.
Yeah, it's a thumbs up.
Okay, cool. Let's get started then. So I'm Ali Green. I'm one of the Our Lady Sydney co-organisers. Today we are joined by one of our fellow organisers, Dr. Rory Chen, who will be talking about an introduction to building Shiny apps using the Rhino framework. So just a little bit of housekeeping before we jump into her session. If you want to find out about our upcoming events, please scan the QR code and it will take you to our meetup page. This is where we post all of our latest events and have information on that there. You can also follow us on our different social media platforms and the links are available on the screen there for you. Just want to say special thanks to my fellow co-organisers for today's event. So firstly, thanks to Virginia for designing the flyers and all of the promotional material. As you can see, as you would have seen on the meetup, it all looks very nice and aesthetic. So thank you very much, Virginia. Padmasi for creating the meetup event invite. This is how you can RSVP for all of our upcoming events. Christy for helping me with advertising this event, and all of the different co-organisers who are in the Zoom call today. So we've got Georgia, our other co-organisers include Susan and Iris as well. And we also had Fonty as a former member. So now we'll introduce Rory, who will be delivering the talk today. So she's our very own Our Ladies co-organizer. Rory is a health data scientist focused on data infrastructure for dementia research. So she leads Chiba's Dementia Platform Australia, promoting fair data principles. She's skilled in R, Python, SAS, SQL, RedCap, and AWS. And she builds scalable, reproducible workflows and manages her team using agile methods. She's very active in the Our Lady Sydney space, as well as UNSW Code Rs. And with over 9 years experience in academia and public health, she's worked for the National Drug and Alcohol Research Centre, as well as the Chinese Centre for Disease Control and Prevention. So without further ado, welcome, Rory.
Hi, thank you. Thank you, Alex. Let me just start by sharing my screen. Bear with me. Can everyone see my screen? Okay, cool. Welcome. Thank you for the interest. Today we are going to do introduction to building our Shiny apps with Rhino. So thank you for the kind words. So for today's session, no prior knowledge of Shiny apps are required. We would assume our audience are all comfortable with simple operation in our studio. And please install the Shiny and Rhino package if you haven't already. Today's topic For today, the workshop will run for an hour and it will be recorded. It will cover what is Rhino, real-world Shiny app demo to inspire your own slides and coding examples and exercise. And at the end, we will have some time for questions. So what is Shiny? Shiny is a framework for creating interactive web application using R code. It has three main components. The first one is user interface, UI, defines how your app looks. Server defines how your app works. And reactivity is like user changes input controls and Shiny app will update the output with server function. I have delivered an introduction to Shiny session previously, and the slides are here. By the end of today, I will send out the slides for today as well. Okay, what is Rhino? Rhino is an enterprise-grade framework for building Shiny applications. It's developed by Epsilon. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right, but it's a great company. They have done very good packages. It's an opinionated framework with proven industry experience. It has been applied in multiple like big companies and government, modern software engineering practices. So why we choose Rhino compared to the traditional Shiny app? So it provides clear code with modules and like clear file structures. It has automatic quality check and including test that and see something pass and automation. So with some very simple code, you can start the whole process and it maps out like the file structures. And we will see details later. Just a quick introduction about Dementia's Platform Australia. So it's a platform I lead. It's led by UNSW Sydney's Central for Healthy Brain Aging, CHIBA, and we are in partnership with Dementia's Platform UK, DPUK, Alzheimer's Disease Data Initiative, AD Data Initiative. So our funding is from NIH and ARDC. So the purpose of our data sharing platform is to making data fair, so findable, accessible, interoperable, reusable, so that we can accelerate the progress in dementia research and transform the epidemiology of aging and dementia. I have developed an app with Rhino called Global Aging and Dementia Study Explorer, GLASS, and it's basically, oh, sorry, I need to open it in a new window. So the app was designed to improve the findability of our dementia research studies. So we have, I hope everyone can still see my screen. So we have study list where you can see what's available. And it's all developed with the DT package. So all the tables are very interactive. You can filter, you can sort, you can search. This is then an overview of the studies available through our platform. Then we have something called the CSERF matrix. It's developed to give you rough ideas to see what's available. So it put data into 18 categories and you can filter to identify what studies have the data you have interested in, and you can expand to see which wave it's available. So this table is developed with React table. and you can download reset filter and you can download the results. Then we have the study directory page. It contains very rich metadata of each studies. So you have study overview, website reference, start year and year, inclusion and exclusion criteria, etc. And it allows you to select and compare between studies. And you can select the fields you want to see. Just as an example. And similarly, you can either download all the results as a CSV files. Then we have the filters tabs. So you can apply the criteria to identify the studies that matches your research interest. So we have a map filter, so you can select countries. And down here, we have all the fields we have seen previously. So let's say we want low and middle income country and study with demographic data. So it tells you, oh, okay, no results found. So let's reset the filter. And here we have identified these 3 studies. So let's go to the measurement. So this is like a data dictionary where you can explore what measurement is available across studies. You can apply filters to see, for instance, under cognitive status, what measurement was used. And if you are interested in one specific measurement, you can search. For instance, we are interested in the depression scale, so we can search and find which study has that. And lastly, we have a list of other data platforms in dementia research, and you can explore and go to their website as well. Similarly, it's all interactive. You can apply filters and sort and everything. Yeah, so that's the Rhino app in practice. Okay, let's go to the next bit. So you can see the app structure here. So it breaks down under app folder with data, JS, logic, main app, static, styles, view, and like RENV for dependencies. So let me just move this. Okay. So the clear code feature of Rhino organized file structure with the main.r is the application entry point. The logic is like business logic. It doesn't really involve Shiny, and view is UI component and modules. Static is like pictures and things you wouldn't change. And styles include like CSS files for some customization of your app designs. Okay, so let's start with our exercise. First, please open your RStudio and create your Rhino app with a new project feature within RStudio. You can also do something called Rhino initiated first, like whatever name you like. We will start the timer here, and please raise your hand if you have questions. Okay. I hope that's okay. And okay, let's move to the next task. So um, if you can open the main app, main.r file in your application and make some small adjustment to the syntax.
I don't know if I'm the only one, but I can't really see the screen.
You cannot see my screen?
I see the screen is just very small and it's next to you. Like
Okay, sorry.
now, yeah, now it's good. Thank you.
Okay. Uh, I'm sorry about that. Um, so it's just if you can open the main app and let me just find the chat. So just add hello world in front of checkout Rhino docs. It's just I'm just wondering, maybe I can just share my studio if that helps. Is everyone okay with the okay, cool. Um, let me just new project. Okay. Um, let me just reshare my screen. Can everyone see my studio? Okay, so very simple. We will just start a new project. Let's say first app. It might take a while. Okay, we are here now. So um, here is the file structure. You can open the app and you can find the main app, main.r. So this is the entry point of the app. So let's just do something very small. Just add hello world here and save. And then we can run the app with the syntax. Bear with me. Okay. Oh, opening this, close my open project in new session. Close my slides. Bear with me. Um, So within the app, you can either use syntax or the run app. So here is the app.r. You can just run app. Oops, there is no package called ESLIB. Okay, we need to resolve this by rhino package install. Have anyone else came across this when you try to run the app? So it's just some dependency. Let's try to reload the app. Okay, so we have add hello world in front the checkout Rhino docs. So this is our very first modification to the Rhino apps. Okay, let's do the next bit. Let me bring out my slides. I will just share my whole screen because it's okay. Let's go to exercise 1. So we finish the initiation and we make small modification to enter hello world. Then just as a little note, there is something called NS, which is namespace. NSID is used in Shiny modules to create a namespace function that helps generate unique IDs. So under the Rhino framework in UI section, all the ID must be wrapped in NS, but in the server, the namespace is applied automatically. So just keep that in mind in our later practice today. So let's try the Shiny run example. So this is a basic Shiny app, like with the so let's just do run example. So this is just a very simple example of Shiny apps. For our next task, we will need to convert the syntax of this traditional Shiny app into a Rhino modules. So I hope everyone can access the GitHub page. So it's under the exercise. So we wanted to convert whatever is in the hello.r and into this. So we can copy paste the hello underscore rhino.r and try to fill up the contents. Let me just copy paste that into my studio. Very simple exercise, just update the input ID with the ns function. So let's say beans. And we need to update the output ID as, let's say, plots. Oh, oops. Okay, this plot, sorry. So just be mindful, all the, what's the word? All the input ID and output ID in the UI section needs to be wrapped with an S, otherwise it wouldn't work. So let's save this file and call it HIST under the app view section. I hope everyone, please feel free to, yeah, if you have questions, please ask. And if not, we will move to the next step. So we have now created our first Rhino modules called HIST. So why we use Rhino under the clear code, we have modularization with box packages and Shiny modules as each little building blocks. And we are separate logic and view. So logic is something like your user-defined functions. It has nothing to do with Shiny, and view is like UIs and modules. So it separates these little blocks. So let's start by calling the hist R from our main app. It's very simple. So just open the main app, main.r. Let's see. So it's under app, main.r. And that's just call it with this. And just replace whatever is on the output message with his server. And you don't need the ns function in the server bit. This wouldn't work because we still need to call it here, box use app view hist. So this is like we are calling the hist module from the main app. So let me just copy paste this and into our chat. So with this syntax, please update the main app. Then we can rerun the, oh, not this one. Rerun the app. So now we are calling the hist module file from our main app. I hope that's okay so far.
There was a question in the chat, Rory.
Okay, sorry.
Someone was asking, why did you save the script into the view folder?
Okay, so that's how the Rhino system works. So it separates a lot of files into different folders. So view, under view, it's like each individual modules, because as you can see in the real life demos, it's a dashboard with a lot of modules, a lot of tabs. If we put everything into one place, the app grows, one script will be too big and hard to maintain. So the Rhino system separate this into little blocks. You can have little functions. So I have, for each tab, I can have individual view file that I call out. So it's easy to maintain, and I can check and confirm, yes, I can tick off this tab and move to the next. I hope that makes sense. So it's a way to organize your app. So it's like modern software engineering practice. So you separate little things into separate the whole design into little blocks, and you can make sure every block works, and don't, once you have tested, and you can tick off and move to the next task. So under view is like the modules. Okay, I hope that answers your question. And okay, so let's see, we have the exercise hello mode, and please use that to create and update your hello R. So that's under exercise, and let's see. So we go to the view, and we create a new file called hello. So we can say hello to a name. So similarly, we just need to update the input ID with the NS function. So this is very important in the Rhino, because I sometimes miss it and my app wouldn't work. So let's say my name, and let's say NS rating, and we need to define the with input. So that's our another module files called hello, and we can call that from our main app later. So you define the input, you define the output, and you say how it works. And now we are calling it from the main app. So you need to call the app view and hello. So, hello UI. You can call it whatever you want, just as long as this matches your input in the server part. Okay. Now let's reload the app to see what we got. So we can put our name here, Rory, and it will update here. So just as an example, the layout is ugly here, but you can play with like dashboards, setting tabs, like the real life demo I just showed. But basically, the idea is to separate different components into mini apps. And for instance, and you can repeat to use some code repeatedly. So if you have different tabs, every tab calls some plot functions, and you can call the same you can call out the same app view function modules just with different data sets to generate the desired plots. Okay, why is this happening again? Okay, so let's see. We have now called the hello R, and that's add something more. So now we are introducing the concept of logic. Logic is where like you define your own functions, and it doesn't have anything to do with the traditional Shiny. So for instance, you can see the reverse here. It's just an idea. Like, to be honest, like not necessarily you need to define a new function because it like there is something already exists, but just as an idea, we can go to the GitHub page and opens the reverse logic.r file and copy this. And let's put it in the, where's it here? So this goes to the logic folder. Let's create a new file here called reverse. And we probably also need to do an install. So now let's go back to our hello, and we can call out the reverse function here and to use it. Where is my slides? Here. So just copy the syntax and create your app logic reverse.r. And refer to the other file to update your hello.r. So we call the function at the beginning. Just at the very beginning of the hello.r, we need to call out our reverse function. So we can use the function here. Then we add another output. Down here. So let's call it ref name and define the so we call it the reverse word. So now we have updated the hello module file, and now let's try to call it from the app again. Oops. So you can, it's a little bit hard to see because of the layout, but you can see under Rory, there is the reverse name, the reverse of my name. And the advantage of this is like if you make modification under hello, it wouldn't affect the other module, which is the hist. So if you mess something up in hello section, you know where to trace the arrows or where to fix. So like it's independent. If something wrong with hello, hist will be still working properly. I hope everything is okay so far. Let me just go to the chat to see if anyone got questions. Okay, great. Let's go to the next step. So with Rhino, there is some automatic quality checking, like unit testing, end-to-end testing with CY press, and code linking for consistency, logging, and type safety. And there are automation like project initiation. You have tried with Git combination with GitHub Actions, dependency management, and configuration management with these packages. It's all automatically started when you start the Rhino project. Okay, so that's do the final bit. So AI to help map filters. So I have put an mini app called map filters. So it's basically what I did for the real life app. So it's the, what's the word? So the real life app map filter. So let's start with this. So it's a traditional one file Shiny app. Let's save it as map. And that's run the app. Oh, we need to do some package. Given the time, I probably will stop here and ask if you have any questions.
Thank you, Rory, for that very helpful demonstration. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I had a quick question. Where would we be best to go looking for resources to learn more about Rhino?
I will go to their website. So basically, Rhino Apples, and let me just. So their website got very detailed information. I learned it through their examples. So they have how-to guides and they have tutorials. So that's a great start point. And feel free to reach out to me if you wanted to discuss more in details. Yeah, and yeah, I basically do use their website, and I think I the basic thing is if I ran into some error like warnings, I Google the warning to see what's the issue. And the Stack Overflow thingy was yeah, really helps. And I mainly refer to their website. Start with the tutorial. Yeah.
Cool, thank you. I'll take a look at their website. There's a question in the chat for you.
Okay. Okay, can you explain the need to add the export logstring styles into the comment? It's not really comment. It's like how you so it's like you have this individual module files, right? Like in the view, in the logic, whatnot, and you need to call them. So you need to export the UI, export the server, export the function for the system to be able to call the UI, call the function, call the server outside of the module file. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, thank you. It's just that like I do use modules, but not in this Rhino framework, and I'm the Rhino friend. So yeah, it's just a bit. So basically, anything that you want the run app thing to run has to be exported.
Yes.
So,
And I think like basically I use their template like and follow their file structure, and I just came used to it. And what's I guess I think it's a clear way to organize your code and functions.
okay, yeah, thank you.
Nice. If you don't have any more questions, thank you so much for your time. I hope I did a better job with the AI component. To be honest, I asked ChatGPT with like smaller questions, not really ask it to convert the whole thing into a Rhino modules. But yeah, thank you so much for your time and interest. I really enjoy programming with Rhino and Shiny, and please reach out if you have questions. Happy to collaborate. Thank you, everyone. Recording and the slides will be available after tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Rory. That was a really helpful presentation, and it was good to see the capabilities of Rhino. So thanks for that.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.